I first pressed publish in May 2018, and since then I've gone on some amazing adventures, met some incredible people, and created over 100 long-form videos for the world to see here on YouTube. And for all my efforts, I've amassed a huge following of over 300 people. Not the story you were expecting? Yeah, me neither. But I'm going to tell you why I still have the audacity to think that you should consider building community with a fellow small creator like me. And I'm gonna tell you one thing I've done on YouTube that has helped make the content creation process a little bit easier lately. So if you are not new here, then you know in my last vlog, I was just bragging about being 3 videos ahead, and well, those videos have run out. And I didn't finish the script for the video that I wanted to make this week, so instead we are here doing my makeup for the day and having a little heart-to-heart. Because who doesn't love a good little transformation with their content talk? And quick disclaimer, this is not a tutorial. This is literally just what I do on days where I want to feel like I put on some makeup. I'll show you the products, but we won't get too deep into it today. Don't mind me, I'm gonna put on a little tunes. I think we need to start by first addressing the elephant in the room. I need to get my hair out of my face too. Might have to ditch the sweater also. So, the elephant, right? How can I give advice on content creation when I haven't made it? I have a whole playlist that I'm making for creators, my fellow creators, but like, who am I? How could I possibly have the audacity to think people should listen to what I have to say when it comes to content creation? My inner critic asks me that all the time. Like, at this point, no one even has to ask me that question because it's already in here. I already hear it every time I turn the camera on to record. But one of the things I love about YouTube is that it's literally my digital diary. I can go back and see like what actually qualifies me to say that, right? Like what I said at the start of this video, the fact that I have over 100 long form videos on this platform. People who aren't content creators don't have that, right? I've had companies pay me for the content I produce. Who does that? Content creators, influencers. I've been invited to events based on my digital portfolio. Who does that? Content creators, influencers. But I've also like studied this. I paid money to get an education at a university specifically in social media marketing. Who does that? Lots of people, but you get where I'm going with this. The last proof, which isn't necessarily pleasant, I've even had trolls on my content. My content has reached enough people that the wrong people have also seen my content too. So how can I give advice even though I haven't made it yet? The answer is by showing up and having content creator experiences. It's like really that simple. My checklist doesn't have to match yours, but as long as you've created and pressed publish, you're doing the thing. But I also want to be real in that I understand that that might not change how you feel, and that follower number seems to be so critical to what makes someone an influencer or content creator. That imposter syndrome is very real. And as a small creator, I really feel that. So even for all my creator experiences, I still feel like a small fry. Like, how do you push through the imposter syndrome at this stage? Because this is where so many people stop. Because it starts to feel silly to keep talking to what feels like no one, even though there are 350 people there. Like, that's gotta count for something. And so the question for people like us becomes, how do we push through that imposter syndrome at this stage, knowing that we are showing up, but it's not really playing out how we wanted to? It's a bird, it's a plane, not a not in the sky. I'm not acrobatic, I'm not flipping on my bros. Anyways, my beat up Glossier is very loved. I'm a perfectionist, so I honestly don't know if I'll ever get over these feelings I have of like, feeling like I need to improve, there's more I can do, I'm not doing enough, what I've done isn't enough. Whew, inner critic, she's loud. But here's some things you can try that I'm also trying to do, and it's kind of working, right? This is videos 5 or 6 in a row. I think the first thing to do is just acknowledge your feelings. Like I said, mine probably won't ever go away, but knowing that they're here, that they're really just like feelings that I'm holding on to but don't have to, is kind of a relief. And if I want them to change, there's actions I can take to move towards it, even if I can't be in total control of all of the variables. So after you acknowledge your feelings, remember that there's actual steps you can take to move towards the thing you want. And I think in acknowledging your feelings, you also have to acknowledge that sometimes this is going to feel like work, and you have to decide if you want to work or not. Like, it's really that simple. Do you want to work? And sometimes the answer is no. And you have to be honest that, like, that's part of why you're not where you want to be. It's because every day you're not showing up to do that thing. And it doesn't have to be an indictment on your whole being, but it's just a fact in the journey. So, like, you can't be surprised, right? You could be disappointed, but you can't be surprised. So something I'm trying to focus on more is like my actions and what I can do. So I think focusing on what I'm doing versus focusing on like what my subscriber count is or who's watching is just a helpful mindset shift. And you could try to figure out what that means for you. You can't control who likes it, but you can control how often you post. So focusing on the output and not just the numbers. It looks a little light, but we gotta trust the process. So the last thing I'll say you can do, and this has been a godsend for me because one, I think I know everything, so I find it a fun process. But two, it's also just like very validating because I get to talk to people who are going through the same experiences as me. You gotta seek regular counsel from your fellow creators. You can't keep looking for your friends or your family who don't have this hobby, who don't have this desire to be your sounding board. You gotta have some content cousins. You gotta have some people who you can call once a month, once a week, what have you, to just double check, like, am I losing it? Am I on the right path? It is such a validating experience. I was just on the phone with my content cousin Chrissy last night. We looked up and we have been talking for 2 hours. It is that easy to dive into all the content possibilities when you're talking to someone who is in love with this stuff too. So that's why I want us to be here together with each other. So if you don't have that in real life, you at least got it digitally with me. If you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop me a little hey content cousin so I know who's here and who I need to be checking in on, who I need to be following, who I need to be encouraging. Because this stuff can be lonely and it doesn't have to be at all. Okay, I gotta focus on this part because this Glossier cloud paint is potent. It looks clownish, but you gotta trust the process. See what I mean? It's blending so nicely. But even if you don't want to be content cousins with me, I really do suggest finding yourself at least a couple people that you can share your ideas with, commiserate with, and hype up in the game, because it is kind of lonely. Because I'm talking to you, but I'm not talking to you in real life. I'm talking to the camera, and it's not always the most validating, especially when the numbers are low and slow. But when you get feedback from someone who you know appreciates the craft, it's pretty next level. So since it's just us content cousins here now, I am going to go ahead and spill the tea that I talked about in the beginning of this video. So let's talk about my latest growth on YouTube and how we got here. So like I said, I've been on YouTube since 2018 and I've been posting all types of random content since then. It's only been recently that I've decided to settle in on content about my life as a creator and an education professional. I've also only recently decided that I want to talk to my fellow content creators much more than I used to. And in my first 3 years of creating content on YouTube, I was only able to ever get to about 200 subscribers. This was with consistent posting, meaning each year I probably posted somewhere about 20 videos and still haven't seen a lot of growth from my long form content at all. I saw a big jump from January to March of 2023 when I was really focused on posting every single day in shorts. I did burn out, but I've been back since August and I've seen the most growth and the most views that I've ever seen in both my long form content and in my short. But all of my followers are coming from my shorts. So if you're looking for a little boost in your follower count, if AdSense is a goal you have, then you've got to start making shorts. That's been the biggest change to my strategy, and I actually plan on making even more changes coming up soon with making creator specific content for shorts. Probably not for every day. I will still continue to recycle my TikToks, my Instagram reels, and that's really how I started. I didn't make any new content. You don't have to make any new content either. Use Snaptic or Snap Insta, download that content, or if you have the originals, mix them up like you need to, post them to shorts, schedule them for the next 30 days, and see what difference it makes. I will advise you to be cautious because most of the people who have subscribed from shorts are not long form content watchers. You probably eventually want to try to find a strategy if you want to be known for a particular thing. So that's why I want to start adding some creator specific original content to my shorts to make sure I'm attracting the right people to my page. So be careful there and make sure you're posting for what you want to be found for, because it is a very powerful tool right now and the views are definitely coming in pretty indiscriminatorily. Is that a word? Indiscriminately. I think that's the word I wanted. So I've just been making small changes and showing up consistently. I don't have the best strategy yet, but I've been seeing results and getting engagement. So long story short, if you're feeling stuck, start with shorts. You don't even have to make anything new and just see what sticks. I'd normally do my mascara at this step, but since I have my lashes done, we'll just fluff them up. Listen, we all face self-doubt, setbacks, and unexpected twists. But it's in these moments that our unique stories truly unfold. I encourage you to embrace the unique path you're on, engage with your fellow small creators, and continue to share your authentic voice with the world. Thanks for transforming with me for my everyday makeup. Now I'm ready for the day. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. And as always, share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Until next time, keep creating, my friends.